see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week. The Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Wolverines will kick this away to get us going. Return starts from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. There's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, great job up front here getting this first down by this Penn State offense. Great combination over the years that we've seen in State College. The ability to run the football with an offensive line that can get that push and a big physical back to be able to pick up those yards to get those first downs.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Grab down the middle. It's Reynolds. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down at the 47. It's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
They're going to run it. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Solid gain in the running play. 3rd down now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Running back has it on the screen now. They finally get him down, but a solid gain on that screen pass. Good call there.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards on the first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
The pocket breaking down. And it's intercepted. They read the screen perfectly. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. Just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Horde. That's so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to throw it on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Stewart. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
That's a nice completion here by this Michigan offense. And when Michigan is really clicking, you think about over the years, they've been efficient within that passing game. Being able to throw the football to complement a very physical running game. Nice play.
First down, looking to throw the football. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And the ball is picked off. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. They get him down, but he gets the ball across the 10-yard line. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
And they'll kick it away here. On the return, it's Stewart. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. They'll change the pre-snap look now. And looking to throw now on first down. Running out of time in the pocket. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Going the other way, can they catch him? At the 10. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Penn State.
Chris, that second-tier defender, the linebacker, sometimes can get lost in coverage. I don't know if the quarterback saw him. The quarterback threw it right to him, comes up with the interception, and then he has the speed to take it all the way to the house.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Time for one more play here in the quarter. First down, looking to throw the ball. With the catch, it's Stewart. And they get him down to wrap up the first period of play.
Penn State 7, Michigan 0.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And that pass falls incomplete. Brings up second down. Second down after that previous play. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. And it's complete downfield. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield to the 48.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
Receiver makes the grab. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Here's the second down play. Back to throw again. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Pass caught. And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32. The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Slides the quick throw. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Quarterback making some changes at the line. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete, even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
You know, I talk to defensive coordinators all over the country, and they're quick to point out the term affecting the quarterback. They kind of almost get offended when you want to talk to them about sacks. Sometimes it's just about getting into his face, affecting his vision. It's exactly what they did right here.
So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Shotgun formation here on third down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Penn State offense gets back on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area, Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I think the list goes on and on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. Now it's second down here. An inside give now from the shotgun. He's brought down out at the 46. Critical third down play for this offense right here. Can they pick up the first on the ground? That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back threw just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
Almost intercepted, falls incomplete, but a risky attempt there. Would have been his second pick today.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Pass not complete.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Well, that's the one thing about a guy that always feels that he can rely on his legs. He's always trying to make a play, and this time he just wasn't able to get away from the defense, and that is a big loss for the offense.
Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain in the return. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game. They keep moving right down the field for a touchdown. On first and 10, looking to throw. Caught on the outside. It's Adams. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary. And they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking to scramble. It's caught downfield. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a first and goal.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
So two big plays in a row. The defense is reeling here. Now it's first and goal. He's got it, looking for the end zone. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Coming up, second down and goal. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And the defense smothers him for no gain. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. So on fourth down, they won't go for it. Out comes the field goal unit trying to add 3 points before halftime. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. First half clock with just 8 seconds remaining. It'll be 1st and 10. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker. Inches away. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. This will likely be the last play of the half. The secondary backed up off the ball now. Play action fake. Looking to throw. They got him. It's a sack. The defense will take some momentum to halftime after that one. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connerts now has our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick this away to get the second half going. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. With the catch, it's Stewart. They stop him with a 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Greasy had, 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Burback and all the great receivers. So this is within their history. It's good that they're leaning on it.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Promising start to the drive, but now 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Let's it fly to the wideout. Finds the receiver wide open. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. This offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
No, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence.
Got space, looking to score. And he muscled out of bounds, very close to the goal line.
Well, here's the first play to start this second half, and it's really more of the same of what we saw in the first half. Really no need to make drastic changes. What you were doing in that first half gave you the lead. Just keep working on it.
Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 30. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. At the 30 now. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. It was a foot race, and he won it. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's found some room at the 45. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down to the 47.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Second down, we're going to throw it. Almost makes a terrible freshman mistake. Lucky that it's incomplete. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. And he'll rifle this one deep to the right side. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
Just excellent execution here by the offense. They've set themselves up nicely now into the red zone and see if they can come up with a touchdown.
The Wolverines begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Stop for no gain defense. Very stubborn here down near the goal line.
Just great job by this defense defending this RPO. They sat back, and then they overcommitted to stop the run game, and it works out.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Prescorn. Touchdown, Wolverines. Still no answer for this offense. That's a crucial touchdown, Kirk. The offense padding its lead now here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, you get into this 2nd half, you start to count possessions and how big your lead is. Now that you're up 2 possessions, you can start to play really smart football, not just on offense, but on defense as well.
Automatic in the PAT. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Last possession, a 1-play lightning strike with the big touchdown pass. Can the defense make adjustments here? Looking to throw it on 1st down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Look out, he's got some space. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
1st down and goal now. Can they punch it in? They'll run it here. Touchdown, Michigan. This offense really clicking. Well, no surprise from offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
And the PAT is good. Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Running through the tackle. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a 1st down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact, but that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Defense is coming after him. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Michigan 31, Penn State 14.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial. And here comes a deep shot. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
So hard running there through a tackle. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
And looking to throw now on first down. Makes a quick catch. Brought down very quickly. Not much to show for that completion.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. Grab down the middle. It's Prescorn. But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. In the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Caught on the outside. It's Prescorn.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on fourth down.
They need less than a yard for a first down. They'll go for it on fourth. And they'll use the ground game here. Fighting him off. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now. And the Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. First down, looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. And he pulls in the catch. Touchdown, Wolverines. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, as you know, anytime you hit a big post route like this for a touchdown, the timing between the quarterback and the receiver is essential. Nice job of not waiting too long. Quarterback takes a hitch, gets the ball out early, and allows his receiver to run underneath the beautifully thrown football for the touchdown.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Makes the grab. It's Sanders. The defense makes the stop after the completion.
A fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, trying to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Had been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. The short completion of the tight end. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys in bounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Looking to throw yet again. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. And the Nittany Lions hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together and stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Receiver in motion now. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
And he'll set up to throw. Gets rid of it on the move. Touchdown, Penn State. This passing game is still on fire.
Hey, this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. This time he stopped short, scored the touchdown, but doesn't back it up with a 2-point conversion.
Interesting call here by this offense on the 2-point conversion. Just not enough depth on that route to get him across the goal line, and the defense does a nice job of coming up with that tackle to keep him short.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. Offense is back on the field. This has been a tremendous performance by this team. Now just the finishing touches. Run out the clock and let the party begin.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. The back's got it. tackle, but first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Ball handed off. Here's the jet sweep. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I like the idea of mixing it up from time to time because he can't be too predictable. But the execution was a little bit off on this one. You're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Breaks loose at the 45. Tackle made after a big gain. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today in a very satisfying W.
Well, I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. And I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.